Hey guys, my name is Melissa Schaefer. You probably know me as Melissa Lynn Fit on Instagram. Lynn's my middle name, so Melissa Lynn. I've been thinking about doing this for quite some time. I've been going back and forth about it, whether I should possibly vlog my experience through my second prep, if it would help you guys out at all. And I've decided that I'm gonna do it. I want to do this because if I can help impact just one person at all, help, give them some guidance, help with any kind of workouts or macros or any questions they might have, all of this will be worth it. So I'm gonna do it. So I wanted to do a little intro clip and say welcome to my channel, tell you a little about myself and my fitness history and just what I'm doing. So I actually went to college at Oregon State University, and I graduated in 2012 with a chemical engineering degree, so nothing to do with fitness. In high school, I really wasn't into fitness. I didn't work out much. I didn't watch what I ate. I ate, Oreos, everything that was in sight, anything I wanted. Didn't really care. It didn't really affect my body. I was never really overweight in high school, and once I hit college, I slowly started, going to the gym because my little kitten might come up here and introduce herself. But when I got to college, I lived in the dorm my first year, so the gym was right around the corner. So I slowly just did, the cardio thing. Didn't really know anything about weights, wasn't watching what I was eating, and here she is. I'll introduce her. Her name is Pearl. I adopted little Pearl about 2 months ago. Hi, baby. She doesn't want to say hi, but she likes it up here on the table. So don't mind her if she comes around. Hi, baby. Okay, you gotta get down. But in college, I didn't really watch what I was eating. I knew nothing about nutrition. I was studying engineering, really wasn't focusing on that. I was very busy in college. I definitely partied a lot. I was in a sorority for a year, went out with friends, all that sort of stuff. About my junior year in college, I became a cardio bunny and I started watching what I was eating, just veggies, protein, that sort of thing. But there was no set plan, there were no macros. I just kind of eating salads and started almost starving myself. And after about a few months of doing that, I got to my lowest weight of 120 pounds and kind of saw what I was doing to my body, how unhealthy it was. So I stopped doing that, and after college I moved to California for an internship, and I had gained a lot of weight. I worked at a winery, so there was alcohol everywhere. Went out with friends, ate. I was freshly 21, 22, so I was kind of in that party scene, and I had hit about 150 pounds a year and a half after college, and it was the highest weight I've ever been, and I just was not comfortable with my body. So I slowly started, going to the gym, doing body pump classes, boot camp classes, and started learning how different strength training regimes and routines affected different parts of my body, and I was really interested in it. And this is also when I first started, with social media. I got an Instagram account, and I was following some girls that had done bikini competitions, and when I first saw them and their transformations, I was like, oh wow, that's a great goal to have. I want to see how far I could push my body. And so January 2014, I was living down in Oregon at the time. I decided to hire a coach, and I found one online, one that was in Oregon, in Portland, who I could train with one-on-one at least once a week and help me with my macros. And I guess it was more of a meal plan. We didn't talk macros at all. It was a strict meal plan. And so it was great the first few weeks. I want to say we started my 20-week prep at about 1,600 calories. I was eating very clean. I was given a list of this is what you can eat, this is what you can't eat. And I felt very restricted, but I was seeing progress my first few weeks, so I didn't really think anything about it. When I started this prep, I was already doing at least half an hour of cardio every single day, and this was at the beginning of a 20-week prep. So by the end of, no, not the end of my 20-week prep, but about 8 weeks out from my prep, my coach had cut almost everything out. We were down to about 40 grams of carbs every day and less than 10 grams of fat. 6 out of my 7 meals every single day, I was eating fish and, or not, tilapia and asparagus. And that was it. I think the only carbs I was getting, I think I had like a third cup of sweet potatoes during my lunch, and then a third cup of oats for breakfast with my egg whites. So that was, I think, my other meal. I didn't have tilapia and asparagus. It was my egg whites and oats, and you know, that really is nothing. That's no food in my system at 8 weeks out. I was doing, by this time, I was already doing at least an hour of cardio every single day. I was in the gym 6-7 days a week lifting. By the very end of my prep, unfortunately, I was doing 2 hours of cardio every single day. So you can imagine how little muscle I still had in my body when I got on stage. You know, just looking back, it breaks my heart knowing I put my body through this. And unfortunately, I hadn't done my research before I jumped into my first bikini prep, and I thought I was doing what was healthy. You know, I hired a coach. I hired someone who knew everything about nutrition. She had coached girls before. She competed herself. And nothing against her. She's, you know, a great woman. I learned a lot from her, but unfortunately, I will never be putting my body through that again. So I got on stage May 2014, placed top 5 in my class. Post-show was an absolute train wreck. I don't think I could ever go through that again. I didn't have a plan, and that was the worst part of it. I had no plan. My coach didn't talk to me for about a week after, and I went crazy overboard. You know, my body wasn't used to carbs. My body wasn't used to sodium. We'd cut all sodium out of my diet 8 weeks out. And the minute I put anything normal, I wasn't going crazy overboard, but any kind of food, it stayed in my body. So after 3 weeks, I had gained about 30 pounds. And that was everything I had lost, you know, during my prep. And so I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. So, you know, I kind of took a break from my coach, from the gym, from eating, and I was lost. I had no idea what to do. Unfortunately, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 months later, I knew a friend who kind of went through the same thing. You know, she went through a very clean eating prep, very cardio excessive prep, and I reached out to her because she was utilizing flexible dieting, and I knew nothing about it. I had started doing my research, but wanted a little bit more guidance on this, and so I started working with her and her team, and I was able to go from 150 pounds down about 130 with macro counting, flexible dieting. You know, there were no food restrictions. I was eating whatever I wanted to, and for the first time in my life, I felt free. I wasn't afraid to go out to restaurants or go see friends or family. You know, during my first prep, I literally stayed in my apartment and would not leave. I wouldn't go see family. I skipped out on birthdays. I wouldn't go out to restaurants. I was not social. It was sad. I was scared because of all the food temptations around me. I was scared. I was cranky. I was weak when I went to work. I had very, very little motivation to do anything. I was very cranky. It was rough. It was a very rough time in my life, and I'm so happy. I will never put myself through that. I've learned so much from that experience that I know better, and I want to make sure that none of you guys have to go through that, because it's not worth it. You don't need to starve yourself to lose weight. You don't need to spend hours in the gym to be healthy and be fit and, you know, lose those extra few pounds you're wanting to lose. You don't have to. So after reaching out to my friend and working with them, I knew a ton about macro counting, and then this past year, back in June, I prepped for my first photo shoot, and I had been tracking macros for over a year, and I think my body and my mind just needed a break. So I decided to stop tracking macros this past June, and I stopped from June all the way up until this past September-ish, October-ish. So it was a good 3 months where I was eating intuitively, and I was so happy. You know, my mind, after counting macros for so long, I'm able to look at foods and kind of guesstimate what's in that, you know, how many carbs, fats, protein, that sort of thing. So I tried my best in my head to stick around what I'm normally eating, but if I wanted a burger, I'd go have a burger. If I wanted pizza or a beer, I'd go have it, and I wouldn't stress about it. I try not to step on the scale too much, but it came to a point where I was kind of just doing the same thing every day, and I wanted another goal. I wanted to be striving for something. I wanted to push my body for something. So I decided to reach out to my past coach again and start working with her so that we could get ready for shows in the spring. And I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited to take you guys on this journey with me. So since I reached out to her about 6-7 weeks ago and working with her again, we started reverse dieting, and I am at my highest intake I've ever been at in my entire life while starting, you know, my fitness journey. I'm doing the least amount of cardio ever in my fitness journey. I'm doing two HIIT sessions at 15 minutes each right now. 2. And my prep has started. My cut actually just started last week. So guys, we are 17 weeks out from my second show ever, and I'm so excited to get back on stage, push my body at a much healthier way. I'm eating so much food, there's no restrictions. I can eat an Oreo if I'm craving it. I can have a slice of pizza. I probably won't because the macros are pretty high, but if I really wanted one, I can have one. And lately, you know, I've been going out with friends to restaurants and bars, and I stick to my food. I'll eat my food, you know, before I go out, so I'm not tempted to eat anything they're eating. But just the mindset is so different from this prep than my first prep, because instead of always thinking to myself, oh, I can't have that, I'm not allowed to have that because it's not on my meal plan, now I'm thinking, well, if I really wanted that, I could have that. I can track that into my macros. I can fit it. I can hoard macros for the day for this, you know, thing I'm craving. So it's a completely different mindset, and I think that is what's going to help me be so successful in this prep. And like I said, I'm so excited to take you guys on this journey with me. And that's about it. A little bit more about myself. So like I said, I went to college at Oregon State, got an engineering degree, and I'm about half an hour south of Seattle, Washington right now. So I've always been in the Pacific Northwest. I love it here. I don't know if I'll ever leave. And I'm currently a full-time engineer at a manufacturing company up here. I love what I do, but I also love the fitness side. So about a year ago, you know, a few friends are reaching out to me, wanting some help with macro counting and flexible dieting. So I went out and I got certified so that I can start coaching, you know, folks online. So I've helped so many people with macro counting and workouts, and just been able to help change their lifestyle so they're not scared to go out to eat. And it makes my heart so happy knowing that I can help these people, these ladies, these gentlemen, everyone out there. That's all I want to do, is be able to help, because I truly believe I've experienced the worst that can happen when it comes to health and fitness. And I never want any of you guys to go through that. So I'm here to help. I'm here to give you guys tips. I'm going to be showing you guys workouts, just daily things I do. It might be kind of boring sometimes because, you know, I do work full-time as an engineer, but I'll try my best to squeeze in some interesting things here and there. And I'm so excited. Thank you guys for watching. Please, if you have any requests, please let me know below in some comments. And I hope you're excited to go on this journey with me. All right, thanks guys, bye.